Okay.
Wow.
So, baby, what are you expecting with this going in?
I'm expecting that it's going to be a fun family movie about people who like putting on makeup on their face and on their nose. That's way too much.
I'm expecting Stranger Things too.
Oh, yeah. Stranger Things with clown fun.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, the birthday party that went wrong.
I have a fan theory that he comes from the same polar opposite world that the Demogorgon came from in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
They'll work that in.
And instead of coming out of trees, it comes out of sewers. I think it's going to be okay, all things considered. I'm kind of positively pushed at the moment. Some people say it's loud and obnoxious, but other people say it's quite good. So I'm giving it a
Mixed
chance.
reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Movie starting.
I love this movie.
It was really great.
Yeah.
It was better than expected.
Yeah.
It was better than the old one.
Yeah, I really was.
Yeah. It took the old one, respected it, and then just upped it a notch or two.
I remember watching a Red Letter Media review about the original It. I'm just talking about their review of the original It. Because we wanted to watch a little bit before going in to see this. And they reminded me of how I felt about it when you introduced me to it last year. And
Kind of not understanding why it's such a thing.
It was also just the way it was filmed. It just came off to me like a sort of like a drama, like a Bold and the Beautiful, but with a clown monster, and it was like.
But that's really the thing about this whole phenomenon of it is that when that movie came out, there was a lot of kids existing at that point. Like I was one of them.
Yeah.
And that movie was a fucking test of adulthood. You know, like if you could watch it and get through it, you kind of became a little bit more adult. God, that's the thing about this movie and that kind of movie in general. That, God, if your kid is begging you to go watch this movie, please let them.
Go with them.
I'd say let them go alone. Let them go with their friends, because this is such a great movie to grow up to. And they're gonna be spooked, and they're gonna be like, Mom, I don't want to go to the toilet alone, and all that kind of stuff. But it's really a part of being a child. And what's even better is that when we were sitting in the cinema, there was these kids behind us. I think there was like 3 boys, and they were like probably aged 9, 10. And they were hyped, you know, they were really hyped coming in. The movie starts, and they become like little turtles. They're just hiding their heads in their hoodies and in their shirts, and they're scared.
She kept pointing them out the whole movie. They were so scared. It was so adorable.
Yeah. But the best part was that as the movie went on, the main characters, the kids in the movies, become less and less scared of the clown, and they realize we've got to fight him.
They overcome their fears.
Yeah, they do. But they also do a really smart thing, which is they start showing the clown as ridiculous. He becomes more and more of a stereotype. He's like, boo, you know, I'm scary. And they're like, nah, you're not scary anymore. And you could tell it was working on the kids too, because at the end of the movie, they're sitting there all chillaxed all of a sudden, you know, all the turtlenecking is gone.
They banded together against a common threat.
They did. It was great to watch. And I think it's a really great lesson for kids, is to not be just scared of things because it says it's scary, and to kind of like evaluate the situation and fight together. It's really great.
They did a very good job of showing that the clown wasn't necessarily a clown, but an amalgamation of your relative fears, your fears. And I think that speaks to kids, because the kids are like, oh, and I'm scared of X, and I'm scared of Y, and he would look like this, but it doesn't matter. Because fuck him.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's great.
You can come to terms with your very personal fears in that way. Yeah, because you can live yourself into that situation.
You totally can. Yeah. And especially if you're scared of clowns.
Yeah, especially if you don't like little clowns, then this movie is perfect for you.
Then this movie's great.
Your child has clown phobia, then you just take them right in there.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's called like circus phobia or something.
But alongside that, not just those fears, but more real, like real world fears as well for little kids, like bullies. Like this movie understood children. Like I fucking was so impressed with. God.
So many angles on it, like how scary some adults can be, and again, like how scary just being around in a city can be. There's just a scene with Mike where he notices the bullies on the street, and he hides in the backyard, in the alley, And it's such a classic feeling to have, you know. I've definitely been there myself, of just not visiting certain streets because I know that there's a slight chance that my bullies might be there. It's like a battlefield when you're a kid.
Yeah, and the parents are a threat because you don't understand adults at that age, and the adults don't understand them in that
They're detached from
particular
them
movie.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like those parents that drove by when he was getting bullied and they didn't do anything about it because the whole movie was about the kids overcoming their issues.
Yeah.
And so they had to be the ones to sort of...
The whole city is kind of goofed in that way.
Yeah. I think we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's it.